Freddy Lang.
Freddy Lang, okay. Freddy Lang. All right, back up a little bit here. All right.
Sounds like a rock star.
Freddy Lang does sound like a rock star.
Yeah. Rock star window tinter.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Buffalo Community Podcast. Our first guest today is, well, he's had a young entrepreneurial spirit ever since he was a young kid, from working with his own bait business to charter boat rentals to vacation weekly rentals to food trucks. His current role right now is helping kids find their way in business as a part of the Wright Tech CEO program. Our first guest, Mark Lee. He's going to introduce the class and what we're all about today.
Thanks,
Mark.
Tyler.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, you make me sound way more interesting than I am.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the CEO program.
All right, so we didn't come up with this idea, but we love it, and we stole it and brought it to Wright Tech. So it originated in Illinois, and it was an entrepreneur, and his best friend was a high school teacher. And the high school teacher was teaching entrepreneurship class, and he just didn't feel like the kids were getting how hard it can really be sometimes.
Sure.
Struggles and the rewards, of course, to go along with that. So they came up with the idea of taking it out of the classroom and really bringing it out into the community. You know, rather than reading about entrepreneurs in a book, let's go out and talk to the ones that are just down the street. So fantastic idea. Yeah. And, you know, they can sit down with them, ask questions, tell me the good parts, tell me the bad. How'd you deal with the recession? How are you competing with Amazon?
Sure.
So we brought that to Wright County, and this is the 5th year of having students in the program who I think are interested in starting their own business, maybe taking over a family business, or they're just curious, you know, what would this be like?
Yeah.
How has, over 5 years, I'm sure you're not doing the same thing today that you're doing 5 years ago. Has there been changes, things maybe you're not doing anymore that you were, or things that you are, you know, how has it changed?
Well, I'll tell you, Mark, one of the, after the first year, got feedback from the students, and my goal for year 2 was to have more fun, because I tried to be so structured in year 1, and boy, they're doing this in Illinois, and it's got to show up, and we got to bring the magic to Wright County, and people are supporting this. And as I looked back, man, the students they're out of bed, they're dressed up, they're at businesses, they're asking questions. Let's make sure they have a little bit of fun with this too, and allow them to kind of set up some of their own days, have some days that we're not dressed up all the time and out there. But yeah, the biggest thing as well has been the student feedback that'll say, hey, that's great. It was fun meeting this entrepreneur who's been here for 40 years, but can you find more that have been in business for 2 months that I can really relate to? Because the students all start their own business in the class. And so they're kind of doing those very beginning struggles of some market research and how do I come up with a contract? How do I set a price? How do I collect money? It's kind of important.
Which is why we're here today. We're going to meet some of the students and their businesses. And we're actually at the Classic Hall Event Center in Annandale. And actually one of your mentors is Britt Haskins, the owner of this place. And we're actually going to be announcing their event coming up. What date is that again?
March 20th.
March 20th. So it'll be from a couple of weeks now. So look in the show notes and click on the link and buy your tickets. But we're going to have all the students come in, give you a little snippet of their business and what they're all about. And thanks, Mark, and let's dive right into the students.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Okay, let's bring on our next business owner, Sully Reibling.
Hi, nice
Sully,
to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you too.
How are you?
I'm Sully. I'm good.
Good.
Sully, you're at the Phoenix Learning Center.
Yep.
On there, and your business is?
I'm going to be starting a photo and video business. So I'm going to be able to take photos and videos, obviously. And I also have a drone, so I'll be able to take aerial photography and videography. And right now I'm in the works to buying something so I can take photos and videos underwater, actually, too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
cool. What are you going to specialize in events or nature?
I'm going to try and do really anything and everything. I want to do weddings. I want to do stuff for schools, events. If someone just has a family get-together that they want to remember, then I'll be able to do that too.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And so, what's your favorite? Is it video or is it photography so far?
I gotta say, I'm more of a fan of the video stuff. I've been doing that for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I'm really getting into the photography scene, and it's just I'm just kind of diving into it. It's great.
And are you available for hire as of right now?
Yes, but I'm not able to take underwater shots yet. I'm still working on getting that.
We'll keep it on dry land.
Yeah.
Well, you have the distinct honor of introducing your guys' event for Wright Tech CEO program.
Yes.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
So the event's being held March 20th here at Classic Hall in Annandale. We're going to have dueling pianos. There's going to be a silent auction. There's also going to be a great meal. And all of us are going to be there. Doors open at 5:30.
Okay. And what is it for? What is it benefiting?
So any money that gets raised gets split up among the students so that we can have that as kind of like a kickoff cost to our business.
Sure. And how can people get tickets?
We're going to all have our emails, so you can really email any one of us and we'll be able to get you some tickets.
Sure. We'll be sure to put that in the show notes or whatever post you see this on social media is how to get a hold of any of these business owners. Mark Lee, myself, and Mark, and we can point you in the right direction too. And tickets are how much again?
$40 a piece.
$40.
And that includes the meal.
Includes the meal. That's a heck of a deal.
It is.
Can they buy them at the door?
Yes, they can.
All right. Awesome. Please remind them on the date again. Date and time?
March 20th.
March
5:30 is when the doors open.
Awesome. Thanks, Sully.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sully.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Our next business owner coming up is Freddy Visci, and he's from Big Lake High School. Come on in here, Freddy. Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming in.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing, Freddy?
I'm doing well.
Good.
Tell us a little bit about your business.
So I go to Big Lake High School, and my business is cell phone repair.
Okay.
With
You're doing great.
yeah. But,
Take a deep breath. Shake it out. You're all right. Big Lake High School.
Yeah. So
What grade are you in?
I'm a junior this year.
Okay, gotcha. What's the inspiration for screen repair?
So I've been fixing iPhones specifically since around 6th grade.
Wow.
I've gotten pretty good at it. I've done it for friends, family, and even just people at my school. They're like, "Hey, I heard you fix phones." I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And then
Yeah.
I just kind of been around through word of mouth, and
Sure.
yeah.
Sure. You might have already answered this by now, but Apple or Android?
Apple only, mainly.
Apple only. Okay.
Yes.
That's good to know, especially whoop whoop to all you iPhone owners out there. I know I get a lot of flack for that, but that's great that you kind of have that niche market of the iPhone guy, screen broken, call Freddy, right?
Yeah, and one of the things that sets me apart rather than like some businesses around here is I'm able to meet you somewhere at a public place and fix it on site within 30 minutes.
Nice.
Wow. That's great. Again, Freddy Visci with screen repair and iPhone repair and screen repair?
Yes, so like battery replacements, glass replacements, and just basic stuff like that.
Perfect.
Cool.
Awesome.
Freddie.
Thanks, Freddie.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks, bud. All right, our next entrepreneur is Matt Bury. You can get Matt Bury.
Matt?
Yep.
Nice to meet you.
How are you, Matt?
Good.
Good.
Matt, you're from STMA, St. Michael Albertville, and your business is?
I want to buy houses, kind of fix them up, flip them, and rent them out. It's kind of what I'm thinking.
Sure.
Okay.
How? What's your backstory there? How did you come up with this idea? And
Yeah. So a couple years back, my grandparents gave me and my siblings some seed money, and just right after the recessions, we were able to buy a couple rental houses for cheap, and that was a ton of fun doing that. And initially, it was mostly just I was doing the repairs and the
sure,
kind of the grunt work, but the past couple of years, I've been doing all of it, staying up till 2 a.m, getting the taxes done, all
Nice.
that.
So you currently own rental properties.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So you talked about the seed money, but for anybody looking, they're like, well, how does a young person go out and do that? Obviously, seed money helps, but what was that inspiration? I mean, it was, I'll just go buy a house. What brought you to that point?
Well, my parents have kind of always talked about business, and they had bought some rental houses before the recession and then after the recession. So
Sure.
just at the kitchen table hearing about cash flow, asking, what the heck is that?
Sure.
All that,
Sure.
all that good stuff.
You mentioned something important was getting the taxes done, and we're going into tax season. I know that's not the fun part of the business. It's usually smashing a wall and doing some renovations on there. But I have as a real estate guy, I have an important question for you. Gary Vee or Grant Cardone?
I don't know. I don't really like Grant Cardone's business model of you have to go super big with apartment complexes. I think single family works just fine.
I'm the same way. On there, I like that. A little bit more relatable. That's awesome. I wish you the best of luck. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Nice to meet you. Good luck.
Nice meeting you as well.
All right. Hey, let's introduce you to our next entrepreneur, Dawson Welch.
Dawson, thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Thanks for coming, Dawson.
No problem.
And you, Dawson, you are from Maple Lake.
Yes, I am.
Not too far from Annandale here.
No, it's not.
You go into the Buffalo location of Wright Tech CEO.
Yep.
Awesome.
Tell us a little bit about your business and kind of where you're at in the process.
Yeah. So I'm going to be doing a mobile event audio company. So I'm hoping to be able to go around and to different events, and I'll bring all the equipment. I'm starting with DJing, and hopefully from there I can build it up where I can do other event audio too, such as live bands or things like that.
Sure. That's awesome.
Cool. Oh, how'd you get started?
So really I started at my church. I was kind of just roped in as one of the audio technicians there because we didn't have anyone for our youth. So I did that one night, had no idea what I was doing. So it was kind of interesting, but after that I kind of liked it. So I got trained in then to do it, and then I started doing it on Sunday mornings too in front of the entire congregation.
Cool.
So quickly after that I picked up things really quick, and I learned a lot of it. And now I'm in charge of the entire tech team for the youth now, actually, so that's really fun.
Excellent.
I got to believe that there's probably no end to the amount of equipment that would be needed and or wanted, as you grow in your business and as you I guess your business matures. I don't know exactly what that looks like, but a fundraiser like this that's coming up would probably be really helpful for something like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, really it's hard to get good speakers at a cheaper cost. So that's hard to find. If I was able to get top of the line speakers, it would cost around 10 grand at least. So yes, it does cost a lot. So yeah. And then it's always, everything is changing in the audio industry, and you're always upgrading. So
Absolutely. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Our next business owner is Lizzie Beese out of Delano. Come on in. Lizzie, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Lizzie.
Hi.
All right. When we got the list of businesses, yours was unique in the fact that you had two different ones. It was kind of an and or. So website design or fish house remodeling.
So my story behind that is I was kind of thinking, I had no idea.
Step in a little bit.
I had no idea what I wanted to do for my business. I was just kind of going back and forth. I really wanted to start something online, but then I also have a lot of outdoor hobbies, fishing, hunting, barrel racing. And so I was thinking something designable, I could take old fish houses and restore them.
Sure.
But then after thinking about it for a while, I was like, I want to stick with something online. So when I go to college, I can do that from there, and I don't have to try and figure out, where am I going to put this fish house? So I have decided to stick with website design.
Okay. What, as a website designer, what tips could you give somebody to revamp their website, or what mistakes do you think people make of, hey, you could improve your website like this, and how do you bring value to those people?
So I think the biggest thing is people don't want to take the time to work on their own websites. So they just kind of patch something together with one or two pages on it. It's sometimes it's a lot of paragraphs. Or just odds and ends of information everywhere across the website, and someone that's going to visit that website is where do I even go? I don't want to read through paragraphs just to find something.
Sure.
So having that different tabs and different places to find information easily, and also make it look nice to the eye as well.
So you mentioned starting a business that can be run online, making money online, which is awesome, and I'm totally with you on that. Is there other motivation behind website design?
I really like designing, whether it's interior design, remodeling
house.
something, building stuff.
Yep.
So I just thought, well, if I want to stick with designing, why not try something online that I can design?
Yep. Awesome.
Perfect. Lizzie, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck. All right, and our next business owner is Tayler Pawelk. Tayler, why don't you come on over?
Taylor, thanks for coming in.
Hey,
Thank you.
you bet. Thanks for being on.
So I was not maybe most intrigued, but more interested because I haven't heard about this at all. Safety checks for businesses.
Yeah, so one of the mentors for the Wright Tech CEO, Terry Peterson over at Kids Haven in Buffalo.
Sure.
She had someone like checking their first aid kit, making sure it's always stocked, as there's always accidents at a daycare. And he recently passed away, and she can't find anyone else to do it. So I met with her about that, and he was all over Wright County and Hennepin County. And I mentioned it to my mom too, and she works down at Mill Creek in Buffalo, and they also lost the same guy. So there's a pretty big market, and people are looking for someone to do the restocking for them.
Yep. Is there a training for that, or?
There is. So I have to, my market is daycares and restaurants, so I have to get certified in knowing what they need, because if something were to come back on them, it comes back on me. So I'm in the process of getting certified right now.
Yep. How long is that certification process?
It's an as-you-go thing, so it's as fast as you want to get it done, or as slow.
Sure.
Take your time through it.
Is it a certain amount of hours of classroom or study followed by a test, or how does that
No, so
work?
it's all online videos, like pamphlets, just the regulations, and then at the end you take a big test.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically not necessarily that somebody that in your family that came up in this business, but it's just you seeing an opportunity of a need was being filled by somebody else that's no longer being filled, and you said, hey, I can step into that and provide that to the city or to the county.
Yep, exactly. And I worked at Perkins for 2 years, and our first aid kit, I'm not gonna lie, never stocked. There's so many burns, cuts, and no one has anything to treat it with, because it's not on the top priority for the business.
Perfect. Well, fill the need.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks.
Our next business owner and student is Jacob Kugler out of Buffalo. Jacob, come on down. We got to make it light. Jacob, how you doing?
Good.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
So stand a little bit closer. Right here, this was intriguing to me because I'm not diving headfirst into cards, but you're specifically looking at maybe flipping football cards on there. Mark and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, and he was geeking out over it. He goes, "Oh, this is amazing." But tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, I've been collecting football cards ever since I was a younger kid, and looking back at all the cards I have now, I realize that there's some that are worth a lot of money. So I feel like I could sell those and start my own business buying and selling them, mostly on like eBay and stuff like that.
Sure. How many cards do you have?
I don't know if I can give you a number. I've got a lot of them, but
Yeah.
binders and binders full.
Yep. So initially when you started collecting cards, was value of a particular card any part of your thought? Or was it just, hey, I like this guy?
At first it was like that. Yeah.
So how long did it take you to go, oh my gosh, these things are worth money, and kind of shifting your mind from collecting your favorite players to making money doing this?
Probably when I started this class, it started making my mind think like this could be something where I could make money off of, because before it was mostly like, oh, I like this guy, I'm going to collect a lot of cards with him.
Sure. I think best example, so I've kind of been looking into this a little bit, but I mean examples of like you jump on a Lamar Jackson card a year or two ago, and he's kind of the big guy in sports card collecting right now, right? And so just a good example of you buy low and sell high. What would be a good profit on something like that? What could have you got a Lamar Jackson for 2 years ago that you could sell now for how much?
Well, his cards now are at least like $100. Like I just sold one for $100 of him,
And
I think I got it for like $5.
right.
Yeah.
So you just
So it's a huge profit.
there's some
off the cards.
speculation. Yep. Awesome. Good for
Maybe
you.
I should geek out about that
Yeah,
a little
right,
bit
yeah.
more. That's a heck of a profit margin. That's
we
awesome.
could talk a lot longer, but we got some people.
Is that your best flip so far?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Lamar Jackson, that's 20x. That's awesome. Jake, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, next one is a baseball card flipper.
Yeah.
Right up your alley.
Right. Exactly. Ben Roth, Buffalo High School, right?
Nice to meet
Ben,
you.
nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming out, Ben.
Yeah.
Step in. Well, it kind of paired on the football flipping card of Jacob. You're more into baseball cards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the, a lot of the same type of questions that we asked before, but why baseball cards, I guess?
Well, I've always played baseball my entire life, and I've been collecting cards since I was little, and it's something I really enjoy. And so throughout that process, I've learned the price points of the cards, so I figured I can flip them too.
Sure. How do you set a base of? How do you create it as a business? Is it really just hyper diligent of I guess studying the market, buying a lot of cards, going through a lot of chaff to get to the wheat?
Yeah, I guess just collecting for so long, you start to get a feel for what things are worth. And then also online, you can look at what things sold for previously.
Sure, that's awesome.
Sure.
The internet's pretty amazing for stuff like that because, you could be selling to a collector in California and sell them. What's your favorite card?
Well, my favorite card or one that I have?
Let's go with both.
Okay, well, I think the coolest card has to be the T206 Honus Wagner. It sold for over $2 million at auction. But my favorite card I have is probably a Mike Trout rookie card.
Wow.
Gotcha. And are you Topps guy, Donruss, across the board? Doesn't matter?
I think Topps is usually what's the biggest thing.
Sure.
Awesome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Freddie Lang.
Freddie Lang, okay. Freddie Lang. All right, back up a little bit here. All right.
Sounds like a rock star.
Freddie Lang does sound like a rock star.
Yeah. Rockstar window tinter.
Our next business owner, Freddie Lang out of Delano. You might have just heard some banter of Freddie Lang. It sounds like a rock star name. Fred, come on in here. Nice to meet you.
Thanks for coming out, Freddie.
Pleasure as always.
So, your business?
Why don't you scoot in a little tight here?
I plan on, my business is going to be Lakeside Tint and Wrap. I plan on doing window tinting and clear bras for the front of cars for people with collections, people who care about their cars and want to protect them.
Sure.
Window tinting, I would imagine, there's, you always hear of is a tint too dark? Is it, not dark enough for somebody's liking? What are the laws on window tinting nowadays?
So the laws are usually 50% in the front windows and 35% in the back windows. You can't have any on the windshield, but I mostly got into this because I wanted to have a little bit of darker window tinting because that's a big thing in car collecting, having fun with your car, and I got into this out of passion. So
Okay,
That's awesome.
so pushing those limits,
of course,
right up to, but never over.
never over.
Never.
All right.
I really like what you said right there. You started this out of a passion. If you do what you love, you'll never work a day in your life. But if you can make some money out of that, that's pretty great too.
Yeah.
I think on that.
What do you drive?
So I have a BMW 328i, and then by myself I bought a 1986 Porsche 944 for $2,000. So
Nice.
Nice.
With tinted windows.
I'm working on it.
Working on it, okay.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
When I was your age, I had a 1980s car too. It was a Bonneville.
Those are the best. They got the boxy shapes. Anything from the 80s, in my opinion.
Oh, this was round.
Round
It wasn't the cool
American
Bonneville.
car?
Yeah, it wasn't the cool
I
Bonneville.
can respect American cars.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Collectors.
Well, that's awesome. We've got your contact information for anybody that needs some window tinting or vinyl wraps. Do you just stick with the bra, or can you do a whole car?
I'm hoping on working up to it, but I'd start with a clear bra first.
Sure.
And then once I have more money to invest, then I can probably work into wrapping whole cars. So.
With like graphics and stuff.
Yep.
Cool.
Awesome.
Thank
Thanks, Freddie.
you. Thank you for
Freddie.
having me.
Appreciate it.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you a tell you a side story from yesterday when we were going over like mobile home computer repair.
I said no. Mobile home computer repair.
And why just mobile homes? Yeah.
I usually just call it mobile computer.
Mobile computer repair. Okay. All right. We
So, if we're laughing, we're not laughing at you.
We busted a gut reading this yesterday, but
Well, I mean, you gotta fix the computers on mobile homes.
that's
Right,
right.
yeah.
That's right. Well, go ahead.
All right. Our next business owner out of Buffalo High School is Joe Haglund. Joel, you want to swing down here?
Is mobile computer repair, right?
Thanks, Joel.
Awesome. Well, mobile, I mean, it kind of goes without saying. It's right in the title of what you do. But one question I have is, what's the number one computer issue most people have that you're seeing?
Well, I haven't done a whole ton of repair, but oftentimes it can just be as simple as something's not plugged in right, or it can be something with the software. But
Sure.
I would imagine if you're anything like people in our family that have some computer skills, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but people are calling you a lot, and at some point you probably decide I should probably make money doing this.
yeah,
Yeah.
my parents asking how you get the DVD player to work.
Yeah.
That's good. That's with the aging generations, it's a good skill to have, and it's always an adapting skill because it's always changing. What's your favorite part about it? What's your what's one success story that you had a challenge, you needed to fix it, and you're like, oh by golly, that worked?
Well, my mom's Mac computer started dying and glitching out, but we had been able to remove the hard drive and get the data,
Awesome.
but it wasn't very good for the computer.
Sure.
No.
But everything wasn't lost.
No.
You're able to salvage whatever photos, videos, memories, documents were on this and make sure that it wasn't gone forever.
Yep.
Got it. That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's people's
That's valuable. That's invaluable there.
Yeah.
Invaluable or valuable?
both.
Yes, both.
Both.
Absolutely. Joel, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, our next one, Thomas Reel of Buffalo. I'm gonna try and not look short next to him.
Yeah. Hey,
I
Thomas,
really look up to you.
thanks for coming on.
Your business.
I'm going to do my own lawn care snow removal company. I've kind of already started it the past 3 years, kind of big time, I guess you could call it, but I kind of want to expand it to bigger.
I like that, big time. I started big time.
Yeah.
Nice, that's good.
So you're trying to you are running a lawn care snow removal business, and you're also going to school. How do you balance those things with growing a business and getting your schoolwork done?
Well, sometimes in the winter it gets tough because when it's snowing out, if you ain't out there plowing snow, you aren't making money. But in the summer, I usually can balance it where I can get my stuff done and
Sure.
make sure everything's good.
You got a crew?
I don't know. I don't like hiring people because they don't do it as good as I do.
Okay, there you go.
That's good, that's good. With a lot of snow removal and lawn care services out there, how do you set yourself apart?
Just cleaner parking lots, driveways, and just more attention to detail, getting the little stuff taken care of. People like that, like clearing out in front of mailboxes and stuff, just makes it better for the customer.
How much equipment do you have? You got a plow truck, obviously.
Yeah, I got a plow truck, and then I got a trailer, lawnmower with a bagger, dethatcher, all the stuff to do the job.
Sure. And my hunch is that at some point you're going to want to grow and you're going to have to find some good employees, right? I mean, that's...
Yeah, that'll
Can you grow as big as you want to grow by yourself?
No, I'm definitely going to need some more people to get as big as I want to be.
Yeah, good deal.
All right, Thomas, thanks for coming in.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck.
Thanks.
All right. Our next student and business owner is Drake Gorres. He's doing one-on-one individual basketball training for youth.
Yes.
Drake, tell us a little bit about that.
Hi. Well, I am deciding to do a basketball training video because. I'm deciding to do a basketball training business because I want to teach like kids in middle school what I learned when I was a kid, and I want to teach them before they go into high school because I know some things about high school they probably obviously don't, and I want to teach them that before they go there.
Sure.
And I feel like middle school and elementary school is like a good place to like teach them young before they grow older,
before they develop those bad habits.
Exactly.
Do you have experience working one-on-one with a coach or anything that's inspired you?
I've worked with trainers like Steve Brown, and he works with he used to be a Timberwolves trainer, and I worked with like other high school trainers, but I feel like what I've learned from like all of them, I can teach like kids.
Sure.
That and like just like I don't know like stuff that I've picked up like on my own.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, one question when Mark and I were looking at these business plans or titles, we should say, is it really going to be strictly one-on-one, or is it small group, small camp, mini camps?
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and I was thinking if people ask for like one-on-one sessions, I'm going to do one-on-one because some people learn better that way.
Sure.
But if they're asking like, hey, can you train with like other people? I'm like, yeah, we can get like a small group together, and because if you get too much kids, it's obviously not going to like work out because. They kind of like just doze off, but like one-on-one training seems to be like the best like way to like learn stuff because like they actually like pay attention the whole time. Like you can definitely see that.
Cool.
Yep. Awesome. Drake,
sweet.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
But before you go,
thanks for coming on.
Favorite player of all time?
Right now I do like Kyrie Irving because he's like from my generation, but like Kyrie Irving and like Klay Thompson.
Sure.
I do like Klay Thompson a lot.
Yeah, good deal.
I don't know who those are.
Yeah.
All right, Drake, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Good luck. All right, next we'll have Max. Next entrepreneur, we'll have Max come in. Tell us a little bit about your business, Max. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good.
I look up to you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So
cleaning business.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about it.
So my mom had a little cleaning business a few years ago when I was like 10 years old, and I used to come and help her out, just clean a few houses, clean the windows and stuff, the stuff that she doesn't like doing, because that's what you do.
Yep.
And I just figured, I'm starting a business now. Why don't I do something that I already kind of know how to do?
Sure. Do you plan on staying residential or business or a little bit of both?
Probably residential mainly, just kind of get to know people also, because that was another fun part of it.
Yeah, but I think you're like the only kid that I've ever heard said it's fun cleaning.
Yeah,
I'm going to introduce you to my kids. There. So,
is
your business operational right now, or are you available for hire? Or is it still in kind of the development stages? And
it's in the development so far.
Sure.
Yeah.
And when you do plan on just having one crew? Do you plan on having multiple crews so you can go maybe not franchise, but at least run multiple homes at one time?
I'm definitely going to start out with one crew just to kind of keep it simple because I've got other things going on, obviously.
Sure.
So I don't want to grow too fast and, be doing a poor job at managing.
Yeah. Sure. Yep. Manage expectations. Give great service each time. Awesome. Max, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Max. Good luck.
Thanks.
So we have a familiar face back on the camera here. Drake, he's stepping in for his friend Carter. Carter's going to be doing one-on-one hockey training instead of one-on-one basketball youth training. Tell us a little bit about Carter.
Cool. So Carter's a kid at Buffalo High School, and he's really good with kids and like talking to people and like talking like to honestly anybody. And like even though like I've never seen Carter like train anybody, I've seen him play, and he's really good.
Cool.
And like I feel like he could teach like a lot of kids stuff, and he's just like he's never like mad. He's always happy. He's always like wanting to talk to people.
Sure.
So like I feel like he's like really good for that.
So do you guys kind of having similar concepts and obviously different sports? Do you guys partner up? Do you guys bounce ideas off each other? Do you work closely together, or are you
like during class when like he's like asking us to get a partner. Me and Carter always tend to like pair up.
Sure, makes
just
sense.
because
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yep.
he's a good kid.
Awesome.
All right, Drake. Thanks for stepping in for him.
No problem.
Appreciate it, Drake.
Yep.
No problem.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
one. Mark, what a unique, different take on connecting the local community with businesses and the people in it, which is kind of our passion, kind of our statement here. I know I'm pretty inspired by these young kids. Really, they're kids starting their own businesses on there. What did you think?
I thought it was awesome. I think the fact that there's this opportunity for them to put a business plan together and put those wheels in motion. This is not a hypothetical business that they're doing a school project on. I mean, this is planning, fundraising, coming up on March 20th. So I can't tell you how much I hope people show up here to the Classic Hall in Annandale and support these kids and help them get these businesses either launched or give them that boost to take that business to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely. These are the community leaders of tomorrow, and I think it's a great way to get involved. It's for an excellent cause, and it's really cheap for a night out. $40,
Doing
up
pianos
here.
and a meal.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. That's here at Classic Hall Event Center in Annandale, Minnesota, on March 20th. Again, we want to thank all of you guys for your support on your views, you guys listening onto the podcast as well. We really appreciate it, and we've been really thankful for all of the support that we've seen from you, not only online, but in person too. Thanks for pointing out and say, hey, there's the podcast guys, on there. So congrats to you too, Mark.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and what a fun episode this has been. So.
Absolutely. All right, we'll see you next time. I'm Mark. No, you're Mark. I totally butchered that. For the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tayler Reese. He's Mark Penzer. We'll see you next time. That was bad. That was really bad.